Hello, my name's Lesley Atherton, and this is a short story called Aztech. They shuffled through the darkness of the tunnel, emerged into fluorescent light, and were escorted to their stations. Time passed, but none knew how much. Welcome into the arms of Aztech, your family, your life force, and your ambition's end. Here, joy, work, and community are regulated to provide the most comprehensive protective citizenship possible. Jade reread the television's message for what may have been the 5th or even the 105th time. The vein in her left temple pulsed and was soon joined by the flickering of both lids of the adjacent eye. Her toes wiggled inside much too long shoes and her neck twitched. She shifted uncomfortably and rolled her shoulders. They crackled. Jade twitched once more. Attempting to focus on the screen, Jade blinked heavily and shuffled on the marshmallow-like beanbag. "I'm at Aztech, yes?" she asked herself. The screen's message cleared and then was replaced by a gradually diffusing image of a man, many years older than the young woman he overlooked. "Jade Preston, welcome back to your family here at Aztech Industries. We hope your journey was of the most pleasantness." Jade continued her staring, unmoving and uncomprehending. 10 hours earlier she had been informed, along with all the other new sign-ups, that a dreamlike state was a common post-therapeutic reaction. Still, it was a shock. Glimmers of memory flickered in and out of awareness, but the on-screen face would remain, regularly repeating the 2-sentence introduction until each client was truly woken. Appreciating Humanity was Aztech's brochure byline, and Jade had been aware of their vacuous semi-statements for years already. Journalism had its fun side, for sure, but the dangerous side was what had always entranced this petite and determined young woman. Even when working on the student paper, she'd been a risk-taker, and what her gran had always called a go-getter. Yes, if something risky needed doing, Amber would be the one to do it. Hence her career of door-knocking, risk-taking and hugely impulsive decisions. Aztech had been the most impulsive decision yet. Jade had witnessed far too many earnest kids getting sucked in after rejecting Scientology and the other semi-Christian cults. There was something about Aztech that could and would appeal to those whom well-established religions wouldn't even approach. Jade, just 25 years old, part-time reporter and part-time postgraduate journalism student, specialised in investigations of cult control. And despite Aztech's name, giving it an air of ancient wisdom mingled with the best of modern technology, the organisation was anything but balanced. Jade had already lost a friend to Aztech, and an almost fiancé boyfriend too, but it was when they began preying on her newly widowed dad that she vowed vengeance. And being a true investigative reporter, Jade knew the only way to investigate would be from within. But infiltration while avoiding indoctrination was to be one hell of a challenge. Jade was usually up for a challenge, even one of this magnitude, but as she emerged from the glazed sleeping state preferred by Aztech as an introduction to their Appreciating Humanity seminars, she realised that she was one of about 20 people who had all been placed in yellow airbag chairs to recover, each in front of their own screen, and each returning to consciousness at their own body's speed. Turning off from the on-screen messages had been impossible. And even at that point, dumped on a bright yellow beanbag, dazed from training, she wasn't sure she could get out of it now she was in so deeply. Concentrate now, she told herself, and pushed her overgrown fringe behind her ears. That was when she noticed for the first time the person nestled unmoving on the beanbag to her right. That sleek black crop was as familiar to her as was the person's red sweater. It had ridden up at the back, just a little, exposing a strong brown midriff and a delicate tattoo in the centre, just over the spine. Tendrils of an ivy vine pierced through inked vertebrae, and Jade knew where those tendrils ended, between slim and muscular shoulder blades where they widened into a pair of angel wings. She'd watched those wings being inked onto the spine of the man she hadn't seen for 15 weeks, and he now curled snail-like into his beanbag shell. Her almost fiancé, Harrison. Jade turned her head back to the front and felt as well as heard her neck crack. Her hand felt in her pocket, no mobile phone. She moved to look towards her right again. Harrison, There was no question that she'd found him. Now to find her father and shut down this repulsive organisation. She breathed deeply, balled her hands into fists, and prepared to rise. That was when the 19 other beanbags rustled, and 19 other blank-faced people, both young and old, rose to stop her. 19 voices chanted in unison, "Welcome into the arms of Aztech. Your family, your life force, and your ambitions end. Here, joy, work, and community are regulated to provide the most comprehensive, protective citizenship possible." Harrison's sweet mouth was chanting as loudly and as enthusiastically as the others, and as she flopped back onto her yellow beanbag, one thought came to her mind. She might have found Harrison, but she'd never find her dad, and this particular impulsive decision was one she'd regret forever. Jade had been welcomed into the arms of Aztech, and this was her ambition's end.